Hello everyone. Today we are going to start a new learning session of Excel. Um, Excel is a spreadsheet kind of tool which is developed by Microsoft. It has features like calculations, graphs, pivot tables, and macro programming. The advanced version of Excel, also called as Visual Basics, where you can run macro programs. Um, to talk about more of for Excel with respect to the basics. So it has the features of all the basics of a spreadsheet. Spreadsheet is a two-dimensional array which has rows and columns. It has a grid of cells which are arranged in rows and columns. So if you ask me what's column, so all the vertical lines are called as columns. Here it is represented as A, B, C, D, and all the horizontal rows are called as rows, which is represented here as 1, 2, 3, 4. In addition, it can display data with respect to any arithmetic operations, statistical operations. It can represent graphs. It can have all the calculations which you want to. All those things which we are going to cover will come in step by step in next videos. We will have some basic session done today, and then we will take it forward. So, as discussed, that we have the tools here. So, if you see here, the operations between Microsoft, all the tools which we have, applications which we have, like Access, Word, Excel, Point, the concept and the most of the things remain same. It's just Microsoft Excel is more for calculations, whereas Word is for documentations and PowerPoint is for presentations. So the basic feature remains same, and here we have something additional which will come and do that. So I'll be going through few of the data which I'll create for you guys right now, and you guys can do it in parallel and uh, learn with me. So let's start with number. So in Excel, the best part is you can create patterns. Patterns could be uh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 1, 3, 5, 7, or any number with any rational. So I'll show you. Here I have entered as 1. Now to include any formula in Excel, what you need to do is you either use equals to sign or a plus sign, which is your convenience. Use that, or equals to or a plus sign. So whichever is your convenience, use that. And suppose now I want to create a grid or a serial number using the difference of 1, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like that. So I have done here, but I'll explain that once again. What I've done here is I've clicked on the cell, which is A3. I have inserted an equals to sign. What I've asked here is I've selected the column which was sorry. I've selected the cell which is just above the column, and I've added 1. So now you see it creates a pattern. If you see formula bar here, which is displaying the formula which is actually written. So nowhere you're seeing that it is calculating 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 1 or 3 plus 1. It is calculating what is the value written in A2 and it's adding 1 to that. So that's the best part. It references to the cell, not to the values. So if I write 100 here, it will create a pattern of 100 plus 1. Similarly, if you want, you can create a pattern of difference of 2, which are your odd numbers. So if you want, you can create a pattern like this and you can paste it. Similarly, if you want, you can create a pattern of even numbers, and you can drag it. So this is how you can create patterns. Now coming to another uh, form of this. Now we have the data which is available with me. I will erase this data for now, and I'll probably include another set of information for you guys. So what I'm going to write here is um, serial number, name, age, place. Now suppose I have written this as a content. I'll create pattern for my serial numbers using this. I want to make 10 entries here. I'll just copy paste till 10 and I'll get it. Now here it comes to name. So name is you can put it as random. I can write my name as well. Now I've created this list of people, and I have to add the range of the people. What I can do here is I can start simple that all these people have age difference of 2 years. Now starting with Rahul, suppose his age is 4 years, and all these people have a difference of 2 years. So I'll do this. Now see here, there's one interesting thing in Excel. You see the cursor which I have right now. It comes as a plus sign white in white color. However, if I select any cell, that my cursor changes as I move. Why I'm covering this because I will show that the usage of this in a while. So right now, as I said, my cursor is like white color, but if I select any cell, see my cursor, if I move towards the left, right, top or bottom, the cursor also changes accordingly where it is showing you four directions as of now. Now, four directions means that this can be moved anywhere you want to. Similarly, it will come here. Similarly, it will come here. It will come here. That you can move it to anywhere. Now, you see this edge of the form, the cell is a little on, which comes with a dot. So if I check on this, you see the same thing here available. Now, why this is there? Because uh, this is the cell which contains a formula, and it can be dragged towards down, and it will take you to the place where the end line is. Like suppose if I do a double click on this edge, you see the cursor has changed from bold plus white color to a bold in black color. So I'll just double click on this edge, and you see it has created the formula again. The another way of doing it, the same thing is you can just click on this and you can just drag it down. But it's up to you if you want to. Suppose if you have a huge list of people and number, then what you can do is you can just double click and it will go to wherever the end is. Suppose the end comes after 20 rows, 40 rows, 60 rows. You just have to double click on this. It will take it as a format. Now I'll just add the places. Places, let's say Delhi, Mumbai, and I don't want to write anything else. So what I'll do is I'll just copy paste the same information here. Now coming to mobile number. Mobile number, as we all know, it's a random. It's a 10-digit random numbers, and it can be created by us as well. So just for namesake, I am not adding anyone's number. I'm just doing a random. This is a 10-digit number. So here, if you want to make a unique set of phone number, what you can do is you can just click on this and just add random values to it. What will happen is it will create different altogether numbers for you. So that's the best part without even knowing. And these are all random numbers. I have just copy pasted a formula, and that's why it has come up. It has nothing to do with any of the people mentioned here or any of the people from here. Now, I got a sample data for this. Now we'll start using the ribbons which we have. Now, interesting term, ribbons. Ribbons is what all information you see here: home, insert, page layout, formula, data, review, help. All this information which you see here is called as ribbons. So Microsoft Excel is that good that whatever information you want, it has already been collated into sections, and it has already help us to identify if just in case if I'm not able to recall what is the formula I have to use. What I can do is I can click on this. I can use any of the, okay, it's a mathematic function, it's a lookup function, it's a date and time, it's a logical function, or recently used functions. All that can come up here. If I want to see, okay, what all things are there in the data, I can show you here itself. If I want to review something, okay, if I want to do a spelling check, if I want to check the accessibility, if I want to protect the sheet, all that information can come up here itself. Now we'll start with the first, which is home. You guys can ask what is in file. So I'll show you the file related as well. Here you can new open a new copy, open the you can save a new copy, you can print, give it as a print, you can share with people via Outlook mail or your Gmail accounts. You can export data from here. This is an interesting section where account and option comes in. So I'll start with options. In options, what happens, you have all this list of things where it comes as general, formula, proofing, save, language, ease of access, advanced, customize, ribbon. As I said earlier, the section which we see here is called as ribbons. So you can customize your ribbons also. Right now it says as save, undo, and redo. You can also have other sections included into this. Add-ins, trust centers. Well, I'll just take one example for now, and I'll show you this. And this altogether is one chapter of itself, but I, that's something which comes down the line. So it's easy for you to go through this. So suppose if I want to add, so what all things I have, as I said earlier, I have save option, I have undo redo option, and I have a touch and mouse button. Now, if you want, you can add filters into this. You can want color format printer is already there. It all these things are already there. Is just if you want in a quick access, then we should include it here. Suppose if I want to add suppose fill color, I want to add it. So what I have to do is I have to click here and I have to click on add. Once I have done here and I have said okay, see I'll get the fill color option here as well, which comes here, but just because I wanted to, I can do it. So fill color option comes in home, but if you suppose you are standing using data, using help, using view, using page layout where you're not accessing the home ribbon, you can always go back and do the fill color option. Anyways, coming back to the basics, suppose I have created this data set, and what I have to do here is I have to use all this data ribbons, and I have to show you uh, what all things we can do with Excel. So starting with Cut, copy, paste, I guess everyone is aware of. Format painter is something which we will cover in a while. These are the fonts. Whichever font you like, you can use that. Then comes your font size. The same thing is available here also. If you want to increase the font size, you can use this option. If you want to decrease the font size, you can use this option. This is for bold, italic, and underline. You have double underline options as well, and single underline options as well. Now this is called as borders. So here I understand you can see this as a grid where you can see a table is formed. However, if you take a print review of this, you see, I'm not getting any of the border lines which is there. Even if you can see here during taking a print review, it will not come. So to avoid that, because since it's a data format, it will be good if you can represent in a border format. So you can just click on this and you can click on all borders. Uh, Here you see there are thick borders. So what will happen is if you want to just draw a border outside this, you can just draw this. Now if I take a print review, you see the borders is coming. Similarly, if you just want to do it as all borders, you can just click on this, and if you take a print review, you will see all borders are coming. Yeah. So you have quite a lot of options here. You can customize this. You can have left, right, center. You can draw borders as per your own wish. You can ease color. You can use any of the colors if you want to. All those things comes in later part of the sessions, or probably when you are doing much more advanced version of Excel where the data representation needs it to be catchy, a little good looking. Then all these things you can use. For now, we'll go and stick with basics. This section is known as the alignment. It has left alignment, middle alignment, center alignment. Similarly, um, I'm sorry, I'll repeat: left alignment, center alignment, and right alignment. This is called as bottom alignment, middle alignment, and top alignment. You can ask me what is the difference. So suppose my data is in this format. So right now you see it's quite spread. What I can do is I can click on center. So all the data will come up in center alignment. Similarly, if you see, if I click on this, all the data will come up in a proper format, which is arranged in a unified distance from the cell, and it looks good. Now, since I have made the changes in this, I can always go back and change the height and width of the cells. So what we can do is, you see this intersection which is of A and 1, this, just click on this and use a double click anywhere you want to. So suppose if you want to place all these cells in their unified, or whatever the space they need as per the cell, you can just do a double click on that, and you see serial number requires a less space, so it got aligned here. Age requires a less space, so got aligned in this much, whereas mobile number requires a more space, so it got aligned here. Now it's up to you. If you want to have all the cells in unique shape and size, then you can it's up to you how you want to do it. Suppose if I want to have all the cells equidistance and equal in size and space, I can use the same option here, and instead of doing a double click anywhere, not just A B C D, anywhere in this, you can just go and see. As I said earlier, see the cursor has changed. If I just go to intersection of any of the columns like IJ, GH, FG, I just click here. I just hover my mouse here, and you see there are two directions which is coming up. So you can align your data or cells accordingly to this section. Wrap text is something important which will come later, and Merchant Center I'll show you. So sometimes it has happened that we have data for our suppose these are all my friends, and I want to write as Harsh's friend. So now this is one, two, three, four, five columns are there. But if I write Harsh's friend, it will just come up here. But the data is from here to here. What I can do is I can click here, click on Merchant Center, and I'll give this as a thick border. Now you see it is coming as Harsh's friend coming put together here itself. Right. Coming down here, we have all these options: general, date, shortcuts. Then we have the same format available here. We can have currency noted here. We can have percentage. We can have decimals. We can increase or decrease the decimals. All these things we will cover in our next data sets. Now, conditional formatting. This is interesting. It has so many features which we can actually play with data. If we play with data, we can get so many information just by using all these colors, conditional formatting. It helps in a way. So suppose here we have Delhi, Mumbai, Bangalore, Kolkata, Chennai as five cities. If I want to see how many duplicates are there, so here I understand you understand since it's a small data set, I can check there are double values for each and every one. You see all that got highlighted. Similarly, if you have same data source where your employee ID is there or login ID is there or your work related stuff is there and you want to see how many duplicates are there, you can just click on this and you can get that. In addition, we will be covering the format painter. As I said earlier, I'll come back to this. Now, suppose format painter, it I have created this data set. Now, suppose I have done the grid part here, where I have given a bold, italic, underline to everything. Suppose I'll just do so bold, italic, underline. That's a three-step. Then border is a four-step. Then filling it with color is a fifth step. Changing my font from black to say red is sixth step. And these are the things which I have done here. Now, suppose if I had the same set of data but without any format, and I want the same thing to happen here as well. So what I can do is I can just click on this. So remember, we took some 6, 7 steps to finish this, whereas this is all blank. So I'll just click on this. I'll click on Format Painter, and I'll just click here. So all those things got added into one. So I'll repeat for you. So I'll just click here, click on Format Painter, select the line items you want to do it. See that everything in one step. I'll repeat if you want. So I have created a data set where it is like this. There's no formatting here. However, I have some set of information with a data formatting here. Now I took some 6, 7 steps to make everything bold, italic, underline, and font size is different and colors is different. Now, if I have the same data source without any format, and if I want to make it as a same format, what I can do is I can click on this entire section, click on Format Painter, and click on the all the data where you want to make changes to. And if I leave my mouse right now, it will come like this. So this is the best part of Format Painter. You don't have to repeat multiple steps. The same feature is available in Microsoft Word as well. You can always check that. Now this is the basic step. I'll not make this video very long for you guys to understand. In my next video, I'll be sharing some more data related stuff and how can we get into formula writing and understanding what is the syntax. So all those who have any idea with respect to formulas or any idea with respect to programming and all, you must have come across the word syntax. So Excel just works on the formats and syntax. So if you have that as a ready, then it's good. Uh, I understand this is a basic video for you guys. However, if you still like my video, please like and subscribe my channel, and let me know if I can include or ask any if you have any particular ask. If you can want to ask me, I'll be more than happy to answer. And obviously, with respect to Excel, I can help you with respect to each and everything, and we can take it forward. Okay. Thank you for subscribing my channel. Have a good day.